Hello everyone, Shamama here. Today I am going to teach you about ELM. As Bach said, those who are doing good and are following the calling of their life and who hope to do something of importance. And this is often for the benefit of humanity. At times, there may be periods of depression when they feel that the task they have undertaken is too difficult and not within the power of human being, and it's an important remedy for acute conditions than the constitutional remedy. And ELM is the only back remedy which has most of the positive traits. The negative condition is only the collapsing in the sense overwhelmed and despondent. They are very hard workers. They are the people who they support others, and they take the trouble of others, and they are the go to go person for all the needs of other people. They are happy to help. But the elm is but what happens is elm takes his responsibility and ambition is very much that they use most of their time to work on their ambition, and they become overwhelmed. Okay, it's an acute remedy. I mean, the condition will be just small block at their work. So once that overcomes in one or two doses, they can carry their work. For example, if elm like is the head of the family, they do so much of work for their family wants to satisfy the needs of all. So in that process, they exhaust themselves, and they are very ambitious person. uh, they tend to be people who help others also, and also they become the victim of their own success. They know their life path. The work they whatever work they do, they love to do it. The only thing is there is an exhaustion due to the overwork, but it can be restored back in just few doses of elm. And uh, when the situation becomes too much for elm, he breaks down. As a result, he has the physical illness, but this is a temporary loss. It can be treated. And the difference between the elm and oak, or when there is an breakdown, elm will stop, and he will just stop it, and he will become collapsed. But oak, in that condition also, he will gather himself and do work until his heart stops. For an example, I'm telling, he will just overwork to to an extreme level. And the elm also are workaholics, and they overwork and exhaust themselves when there is a negative state. Sometimes L may look like hornbeam, whereas in hornbeam it looks like so much of mental weariness and mental exhaustion. It has to do with the emotional thing, where elm also exhausts the physical body, and also, yeah, so since the physical body is exhausted, and mental also will get exhausted. Here also it may look like olive, but olive exhaustion is will take so much of time to recover, whereas elm is just temporary exhaustion. Okay, so there is a subtle difference between elm, hornbeam, uh, oak and olive. Okay, elm is temporary exhaustion, and it can be both physical and mental. They exhaust because they do the work which they like so much, whereas hornbeam exhaustion is mental exhaustion, not the physical one. Whereas the oak exhaustion is like they overwork. Even when there is a breakdown, they gather themselves and work to the core. Okay, whereas olive exhaustion is long term exhaustion, it cannot be recovered soon. So these are the subtle differences. Okay, so in all these cases, the person depletes their own energy, own prana is very important for our body to function normally. So when the prana is exhausted, we will automatically lose the life force, and will feel always exhausted. So elm will help to recover that one. um, so next is Other point we can say in elm is the elm is an important remedy for youngsters, okay, and oak is a remedy for the older people, because till they exhaust themselves they used to keep on working. So it works well for elder people, and also for people who the elder people who face the problems in prostate, oak works well for them. Okay, not only that, oak also comes under impotence, I mean olive, impotence, olive and oak. So it comes under the Dietmar Kramer map also. So they are working together. Olive and oak together works very well. Okay, and when the elm state is not been cared at its original state, what happens is it grows into willow, and then and also to oak. So we have to whenever we go down, we are all work for our passion. So whenever we feel overwhelmed, whenever there is a table full of work to do, but by seeing that itself we get exhausted and overwhelmed, few drops of elm will help to overcome that. When you are not taking care of the tiredness, when you are not taking rest and keep working, you will be moving into willow state. Maybe, why am I getting this much work? This attitude will come. The willow state is a great hindrance for our healing. So we should be aware that not letting ourselves to move that state. Okay, it's better to treat in the elm state itself, else elm can move into oak also. So this is an elm, also elm, pine and oak. This combination is an excellent combination as a social cause. This will help you to gather new ideas for your business or anything. This is as per Naran sir, and also there is another Dr. V. Krishnamurti sir's elm. He said lateral thinking to get out of the box ideas. He is asking us to take elm. Elm will help to execute your ideas, to think out of the box. If you are going to be a manager or any other good post in your company, where you have to take creative, where you have to give the creative thinking, the different ideas to process, to inhibit, to stimulate the lateral thinking, elm helps. Okay, he said that Dr. V. Krishnamurti is a very pioneer in backflower remedies, and also to execute that idea, he asking us to take water violet. So elm and water violet work together to process your thoughts into manifestation of physical thing. For example, you want to open something, you want to open a business, but you don't have idea how to process it in a different way, because everyone is having the same shop. So to have different ideas, you can take elm. Okay, you took elm and you got the different ideas, and then to process that one, water violet will help you to connect peoples as a social aspect of remedies, I'm telling. Okay, it worked very well for many, so I have just thought to add in my class also. So elm is for younger people, keep this also in mind. Okay. So some elm types, what they do is, due to their too much of passion and work, they also mm, uh, exhaust their life force, and also they will be having problem with their family, because since they are all too much of workaholics, so they cannot free their time with their family. So what this does is, this create a problem with for higher professionals who are in the state of elm. Okay. And the issues that can be caused due to the negative aspect of illness, many times we get anxiety attacks due to overwhelming response, and chronic fatigue syndrome, depression caused by exhaustion, midlife crisis, nervous breakdown, nervous collapse, stress related illness, sudden acute illness of all sorts. And not only that, as per Pablo Noringa, he says that elm helps to center our energy should not be scattered here and there. When we are overwhelmed, our life force will be scattered. So all the energies will be scattered. To gather that energy and center to that place, elm helps to do that one. Okay. So elm is a perfect remedy for all aspects of life, like where whenever we feel overwhelmed, even to cook when the guest comes, there are so many small in day to day life also we can use elm, as well for any bigger thing also in our life. And elm also blends very well with gauze to help us to positively move towards the life without exhausting ourselves. So elm is a beautiful remedy. Take yourself and help others. Thank you.